So STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math, and it's an approach to teaching that blends all four of those disciplines together to instruct in a way that teaches life skills or more applicable skills to students so that they have careers in the future that are practical. So some things that we do, for instance, in the 6th grade, we designed some rubber band powered race cars. So they're using what they learn in science about potential and kinetic energy. They have to do calculations involving fractions and percentages that they learn in math. They have to do some engineering to figure out what works well, and then we use technology to document that. So by the time they're done with the project, their experience has hit all four of those points. I think the way that, or one of the ways in which you can kind of measure the efficacy of a STEM program is seeing how the students can communicate their experience. So rather than just performing well on a science test or solving a math problem, they're able to see how these different disciplines are connected, and they can have a coherent experience and articulation of that by the end of the project. STEM lends itself to project-based learning, which is kind of what we're really about at Maharishi School. Particularly in science, I always try to emphasize project-based learning. And so what STEM does is, again, it allows us to bring all of these different disciplines together in a way that makes sense to the student. So we think in terms of, interrelated subjects. When we're working in our lives, we don't think about, okay, now I'm studying English, now I'm talking about science, now I'm thinking about math. It's more of, now I'm interacting in the world in a way that involves all those different disciplines, and it allows them to kind of assimilate the necessary skills so that they can translate into their daily lives. We are about to start projects in the kitchen in grades 6, 7, and 8. The 6th graders are going to be focusing on following and writing recipes, as well as developing their own cookbooks. So that takes into consideration, the chemistry and the science of cooking, the mathematical component of following recipes and understanding ratios, the engineering component of putting everything together, and technology and documenting, and also working with things like ovens and microwaves and blenders. The 7th graders are doing more of a competitive challenge where they're understanding what goes into operating a restaurant. We're doing little chop challenges where they get mystery boxes of ingredients and they have to figure out how to put everything together. Again, blending science, technology, engineering, and math in their whole experience. And then in 8th grade, we're doing baking. So that's obviously a lot of science, obviously a lot of math, and they're also going to be focusing on making their own videos. So blending everything together with their own use of technology.